guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name's Ellie and this is Mystic Messages with Ellie. And if you're new here, then please make yourself at home. Please go and grab a drink, a coffee, tea, water, milk, hot chocolate, anything. Make yourself all nice and cozy and let's get ready for this reading. And if you've been here before, then thank you so much for coming back and spending time with me. I really appreciate you. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe bell, guys. It really does help my channel and it helps me focus on your energy in the future for future readings. So it not only helps me, it helps you too. So we're going to crack on with this video. Now, today we are going to find out if you are in a toxic relationship. And if you are in a toxic relationship, we're going to see what you can do to help, okay? So you can see below that we have 3 piles. So we're going to pick a pile and you can see that we have the heart, the star and the moon. So what I want you to do is look at the cards now, look at the piles, and when you're ready, pause the video and visualize. So if you're thinking about the star or the moon or the heart, really focus on it. Take a few deep breaths. And when you focus on it, you're going to unpause the video and you're going to come back to me. Okay, so now you should have your symbol in mind. If you need a bit longer, then just pause and carry on. There's no rush. I'll still be here. So we are going to read these cards. Now we'll leave timestamps in the description below so you can skip ahead to your pile and I will see you there. Okay, so we have the heart pile to start. Now I'm going to do a little shuffle and we're going to see if your relationship is good or if it's toxic. So we're going to ask Spirit for guidance. So Spirit, please can you help me tune in to pile 1's collective energy and let's see if their relationship is toxic or not. Okay, I'm going to cut the deck and then I'm going to place my hands on top. You've seen me do this before. And I'm going to visualize in my mind which deck to pick up first. 3, okay. 1. Okay. Okay, so we're going to read these cards. Okay, we have the 6 of Wands, the Hermit, and Temperance. Okay, so 6 of Wands, this is a great omen. It indicates success, strength. You're sharing all your success. You and your partner will be achieving all your goals together. There could be a marriage on the cards. There could be a baby on the cards. You could have a new house. People are admiring your relationship, okay? And I feel if you're on social media, then a lot of people will really do admire you and they look up to you and they think that's how my relationship should be. Now, not everything on social media is real, okay? So if your relationship is fantastic on social media, usually there's a little bit of conflict behind the scenes. And I feel that perhaps there could be a little bit of conflict here because people do admire you. They do look up to your relationship, but you've also got the Hermit card. Now, this could indicate that you and your partner need to take possibly a little bit of time to focus on what you both really want in this relationship because you both probably have different things you want. I mean, one of you could be blasting your relationship on social media online and the other one could probably not want that, okay? So you've probably got different ideas on how you want your relationship to be. The Hermit can also signify that you both need to make a bit more effort to connect to each other because you've got this massive relationship online which looks fantastic. Even if you're not online, you could have a relationship you're bragging about to your friends, your family, and you'll think, oh, my relationship's perfect, you know? And I feel behind the scenes a little bit, it's not so perfect. I feel you need to connect to each other more because there's like a little divide between you two. And I feel like you're just too focused on doing your own thing and you're not really spending much time together. So I feel you could be spending a lot of time apart. Perhaps one your partner's in one room, you're in the other. And which is not necessarily a bad thing. My partner's always playing gains or whatever. So I go in the bedroom and do my own thing. That's quite normal. But I feel that if you're in a relationship, you should make some time to connect with each other and spend some time together, because spending your life apart is not healthy at all in a relationship, because you're not communicating or anything. And that can cause a lot of anxiety and stress. And the temperance indicates that there is a little bit of underlying issues in this relationship. And it could all mean that you're not really connecting with each other. You're not communicating in any way. And I feel that once you've had that conversation, once you've made that choice to connect again, you're going to be able to resolve your issues, and then it's going to turn out to be this happy relationship that you're bragging about to everybody else. But I do feel that perhaps you do need to spend a little bit more time together here. Your relationship is a good relationship and it's working and everything, but you're not really. You need to take more time to connect, because you're kind of drifting apart a little bit. And I don't see that relationship is necessarily toxic at all, because the temperance coming up shows me that you are going to resolve your issues. You just need to work up a plan, and you need to spend more time together. Okay, once you spend more time together, you're both going to reconnect. You can reconnect and rekindle that, that flame that you have at the beginning where everything's so, like warm and fuzzy. You know what I mean? So it's really about taking the time to get your relationship in order. This is what temperance is saying, okay? So yes, you have got this loving relationship. Yes, you do brag about it a little bit, and people are in awe of you. They're like, oh, we want what they got. But as usual, it's not always like that behind the scenes, and you're spending a little bit of time away from each other. You're kind of drifting apart a little bit, but I feel that this could easily be resolved. You just got to spend some more time together and reconnect that old flame. So I don't see this as necessarily toxic at all, but we're going to clarify a little bit more of a couple more cards and we'll see what we can get. Now, this could all change in an instant, so we'll see. Please, can we clarify these cards? Please, can we clarify the Six of Wands, please? Can we clarify? Okay. So what did we get? Okay, now we got the Nine of Swords. Now, as mentioned, I feel like people outside of your relationship think your relationship's really all rosy and dandy on the inside, but I don't think it is. So there's a big bit of a communication issue here, and you are falling apart, and it's causing you some stress. It's causing you anxiety, and you're up at night worrying about it because you really love this person and you don't want to lose them. And you're probably wondering why there's this disconnect between you both. And it's probably causing you both stress, because I feel you do really love each other, but there could be some people involved here that are like, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. They could be trying to take over your relationship in a way. So I feel that you need to just take a step back, take some time, reconnect with your partner. Because I feel this is a good relationship, but it is causing you some stress. It's causing both of you some stress. You're both up at night wondering you could end up necessarily in the end ultimately thinking, oh, is there any need to continue this? So I still don't see this as toxic. I just think that you need to work on the issues. And once you've reconnected, once you know that, yes, why did we drift apart like that? We can't do that. We need to make time for each other. Have date nights, do things, spend time with each other, watch a movie, And if you're having dinner, don't eat dinner in separate rooms, sit in the same room and have something to eat together. So I feel that this is what this is saying. And once you've worked on the issues, then I reckon this will just go away and you won't feel so sad and upset and anxious, because you'll be reconnecting again with your partner, and you'll be rekindling their flame, that spark that first attracted you to each other. So I feel this will end up going away eventually. You won't be feeling this way because you're going to work on your issues. So let's get some more. Spirit, can we please clarify the Hermit, please? Can we please clarify the Hermit card? Okay. Yeah, you're holding on to something. You're both really holding on to that connection. Yes, this is a sign of, Pentacles is usually, financial, but we're not talking financial here. We're talking about relationship. You are both holding on to this connection you once had, and you really want to rekindle that. And you're both holding on to it. You both want to continue how you were in the past. You've just got to work on that connection. And as I said, this will end up going away once you've done that. But you are both holding on to it. This is what you both really, really want. And I feel that this can happen, but you've got to make that time to reconnect a bit more. Okay, so we're going to do one more. Okay, I'm going to go with the first one I saw, which is the King of Swords. Okay, so the King of Swords. Now, you are both connected on an intellectual level and also a physical and emotional level. You are both drawn together. You are a perfect match, okay? And you're both really holding on to that spark that you had in the first place, and you really want to get it back. Now, person you're with, they're a deep thinker. You're probably both deep thinkers. You're probably both a little bit introverted. You like to spend time alone and and do your own thing occasionally. You're both probably deep thinkers. You're introverted. You both want to work on this relationship. You're thinking about it a lot. You're both up at night, but the difference is you're not communicating. You're both probably feeling this way, but you're not communicating. Okay, you've got to get that connection back, get that communication going, because this can work for you, it will work. And people will do admire your relationship. They want you to succeed. You want to succeed. But the only way to succeed at this relationship is to work on that communication. And the King of Swords, it's just all about deep emotions, and you're both great at conversations, you're both loyal, protective, and you both really do admire each other. You protect each other and everything, all of that. And the thing with the King of Swords is it's a very truthful card as well. They are not afraid to tell you the truth. But you've kind of both drifted apart, and I feel because you're both deep thinkers, you both are thinking, you're both probably very outspoken, but you're not. The issue is you're not telling each other, and this is a really big communication issue. But this relationship isn't toxic. I really don't feel it's toxic at all. You just need to work on your communication. So if you were worried that you're in a toxic relationship, these cards indicate to me that you're not. You do need to work on some issues. You have got some issues here, but it's not toxic because you can overcome these issues. All you have to do is work on your communication, and it will turn out for the better. Try not to focus on the outside of your relationship, not what people think. Don't put this big facade on. Oh, we've got to do this. We've got to look really happy, blah, blah, blah. No, just forget about anyone else. This is about you two, your connection, okay? Don't think about what others think. Don't let anybody tell you how your relationship should be, because only you know how the relationship should be and how your feelings are. So this isn't toxic. No, there is some issues. You just work on those issues, get the communication going, get the connection back, and I think this relationship can succeed. So that was pile one. For pile two, this is a star pile. We are now going to shuffle the cards, and we're going to find out your relationship is toxic. So we'll do a big old shuffle. Spirit, please help me tune in to pile two's collective energy, and let's find out if their relationship is toxic. Is their relationship toxic? Let's have a look. Okay. Little one. Okay. Now let's see if your relationship is toxic. Oh my gosh. Okay, the Tower. And the Five of Pentacles. Okay. Right. First of all, we have the Tower. That's a good start, isn't it? There's been a lot of chaos in your life, okay? This could be your life or your partner's life or both your life, okay? And a lot of things have happened, and there's been a bit of a drift between you. And I feel the only way to overcome that drift is you need to be open and honest, and you need to really, really work on this relationship, because this can potentially be about a breakup or divorce or separation, but you can overcome it if you're honest with each other. Even if you take some time apart, you just have a little break for a little while you really both work on yourselves. This could mean that your relationship could significantly get better, because the Tower is all about change. Yes, it's destruction. Yes, it's chaos, but it's a change that's necessary. You have to go through that change because you're just stuck at the moment, and it's just not going anywhere. So you need that change to really push you to better things. And I feel, yes, the Tower could indicate negativity, but it's really all about having that change. And there's possibly something that's happened in your life and it's caused a lot of issues. If you've lost somebody, if you're going through a period of grief, it's just an example. You could be taking that all out on your partner, okay? And you could be arguing non-stop because you're taking out all your emotions on them, which is causing a massive, massive drift between you guys. And it's just causing a lot of conflict. Things happening at work, things happening in your home life, not home life, like family life, things happening in your friend circle. You're going home and you're literally relaying all of that to your partner. And you're just telling them everything, and you're probably snapping a lot. You're probably angry. You're taking everything out on them. Okay, and in turn, they're going to be having a go at you as well. This could be the other way around. This could be your partner's been going through an emotional time and he's taking it all out on you. It doesn't necessarily mean you're doing everything. It could be him, but then it's 50-50. Like, you're both not helping the situations, you're both engaging in massive conflict, massive arguments and destruction. But I feel if you can just maintain that honest communication and just really work on the issues, this could change, and your relationship could change like significantly. It could move on to better. You could end up having a better relationship because you've overcome that destruction, that terrible part of the relationship, and you've overcome it, and you could end up becoming stronger because of it. So the Knight of Pentacles can mean that your relationship could move on to better levels. Once you've got that open communication going and you've had a big conversation, you've both really worked on how you speak to each other, what you do in public, you know, how you are as a couple, and just really acknowledging all your issues. You know, if you're sad one day, just tell him, say, you know, I'm not feeling myself today. Instead of completely snapping and saying, oh, you don't understand me, you don't get me, you know, you're this, you're that. And then he's going, yeah, well, you're this, you're that. You know, you're both engaging in massive conflict with each other and arguments and rows and petty arguments that didn't really need to happen. But once you can overcome all that and your relationship can move on to better things, you're both probably very deep, you're going to be deeply committed to each other. And I feel that you are committed to each other because when you've been dealing with these amount of issues, it's just some people just walk away. So it's just not worth the stress. But you're together. You've stayed together throughout all that chaos, throughout all the emotions that you've been feeling, and you're still, in a way, you're still there for each other. Yes, you're taking everything out on one another, but you're still remaining. You're still there. And you still do have happy, fun times, but there's just a lot of damage that's happened. And you can repair it. You've just got to maintain that open and honest communication. And the Knight of Pentacles is indicate they're very protective of you. They're loyal. You're protective. You're loyal. You want this relationship to continue, and it will continue. But once you've made that change, it will continue. And I don't feel necessarily that there wouldn't be any cheating involved. I'm not really getting that. I mean, because the Knight of Pentacles is a very loyal person. He's a very loyal. He knows what he wants, and that's it. I don't necessarily think there's going to be any cheating involved here. There will be a change because you both need to really acknowledge your mistakes and how you are treating each other. And the Five of Pentacles, it's hardship. So this relationship is probably very difficult at the moment. It's very, very tough. And you are thinking about walking away from it. And that you're really worn down, that you've just, like, oh, I've had enough. Like, it's just draining me. I feel drained. I'm physically and emotionally exhausted from all this stress that we've got going on. If we turn these cards around like this, from what I've been saying, that you will have to necessarily both look back on each other and both really acknowledge what your mistakes are and where you're going wrong. It's going to be hard. It's going to be very, very difficult. And you are wondering if it's just walk away and you feel exhausted from it, you're drained and you can't be bothered anymore, basically. And it can also mean as well that you, where the towers happen, when the big changes happening before necessarily you both became honest with each other, you could have probably felt a little bit lonely and a little bit abandoned. And he could probably feel abandoned and lonely as well because you're realising, because you both took a lot of things out on each other and then you weren't talking for days on end, like weeks on end. You just were going, oh yeah, grunting at each other, you know. Oh, are you okay today? Yeah. No, do you want some dinner? Yeah. Like things like that. You weren't really talking. It was all more one-worded and one-sided conversations, if you get my drift. So you could have felt a little bit lonely and a little bit abandoned, and you wondered if it was even worth it to continue. And you just felt so exhausted by it. You thought, I just feel like walking away. But I feel that once you've maintained this open conversation and you're both honest with each other, this can change and your relationship will change. as I said, the Tower is about change. It could change for the better, okay? And we've also, as I mentioned, we've got the Knight. Now, this signifies that somebody's very protective and very loyal. They're not interested in cheating. If you're going to cheat, I reckon they would have done it by now, you know? You've been through a lot in your relationship and you're still standing strong together and you're both acknowledging that you both want to work on this and you both want things to continue, but you know that you need to have some open and honest conversation in order for that to happen. So that's what I got from those three, but let's clarify. Spirit, please let me clarify the Tower, please. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords. Okay. This can indicate there's a bit of a challenge in your relationship and you will need to get to the truth in order to break through this fog. There's a lot of fog, okay? Your mind is just in the clouds and you're like, oh God, and it's just so foggy and you can't see through it and it's all dark and grey, and you need to break through that fog in order to come out the other side. And the only way to do it is having this big communication, okay? And you will get to the truth of the matter and you won't break through it because it's clouding your ability to see the situation as clear. And the situation could be that you're both not acknowledging your feelings and you're taking everything out on each other. So just have clear communication. You've got to be honest and you've got to speak up for yourself, because otherwise you're not going to have this relationship that you really deserve. It's just going to turn toxic, okay? And again, I don't feel that this is... Let's just clarify a little bit more before I say what I was just about to say. So, Spirit, please can we clarify the Five of Pentacles, please? Okay. Which one was this? The Death card. A change needs to happen. Now, don't be scared. I know the Tower and the Death card look scary, but it's not necessarily physical death or anything like that. This is about a change that really needs to happen, and it's going to happen quickly because this relationship can't continue the way it is, okay? It means that you need to work on this communication and a way to come together. And if it's really not working, you can always seek out help from others, like a professional, you know, like if you're married, seek out like marriage counselling or something like that. And if you're not married and if you haven't got the money for things like that, because not all of us have, maybe speak to a trusted friend or something. Just have them sit with you and just let you both thrash it out, okay? Speak to somebody who knows a little bit of what they're talking about, okay? Nobody, you know, it's just going to let you both communicate. It might really help you. You never know. I mean, I'm not a marriage counsellor or anything. I don't know about any of that. But there's always probably things you can look up online, maybe exercises you can do, something like that. But there's a big change here. And I sense perhaps, because a lot's happened, in a way, just listen here, in a way, it might be good to walk away from this because a lot has happened between you guys. And if you are really honestly thinking there's just no point in continuing and you are exhausted by it and it's really draining you, then you could possibly walk away from this and perhaps just work on yourself and then maybe find a way back to each other in the future. But you can overcome this. I know a big change has to happen. I feel you can overcome it, i.e. counselling, or just have somebody mediate between you guys, you know, just find things to do, exercises to do, like write letters to each other, things like that. But it's up to you. It's ultimately your guys' decision. Once you've sat and had this conversation and you've both tried different ways to communicate and tried different ways to try and acknowledge all your issues, it really comes down to you guys and if you want this to continue or not. And I don't necessarily see this as really... It's toxic in a way, yes, because you are arguing and there is a lot of conflict going on. So it is a bit toxic, yes. And there could be a little bit of gaslighting occasionally, you know. And but breaking up isn't always the answer. There's always things you can try before it gets to that point. So if you're watching, you're thinking, I don't want to split up with him or her, whoever this is. You don't have to. You can work on it. And if it's never going to get any better, and if you both don't agree on anything, and you both think this is just this is ridiculous, you'll know if it's toxic. You know, if you go out, say you stay at a friend's house, are you dreading going home? Do you think, I don't want to go home to that person? That's toxic, because you're like, oh, I've got to live with them, I can't stand them. That is toxic. But if you want to go home, if you have that feeling, oh yeah, I can't wait to see them, and you know, yeah, we're probably going to argue, but that's normal for us, you know. I don't really know. Hopefully you can see what I'm saying, you know. you can tell if it's majorly toxic between you guys. You can tell. You just know. So if you're constantly fighting, screaming at each other, throwing things, there's cheating involved, there's, you know, no respect, everything's terrible, then yes, that's toxic. But if this is just about one of you've overcome something and you are taking your feelings out on each other, and it needs to stop, because otherwise it could end up ultimately, you could end up walking away, or they could run and walk away. So I feel like the change just really needs to happen here. So let's just do one more card. So, Spirit, can we clarify the Knight of Pentacles, please? Okay, we have the Emperor. I'm feeling that this relationship can definitely survive this. This is about focus and determination, going for what you want, okay? It also signifies that if you have been having problems in your relationship, they are going to improve, because you're going to work hard and you're going to make this change happen, and it will happen. This is about determination and focus, and you are both going to focus on what you necessarily want, and you can't continue these old relationship patterns. You need to move forward, want to brand new things. So yes, you had the Tower and the Death card, and they're usually, very, very scary, but they're really not. It's just about a major change in your life. The Tower is about change that's happened. It was inevitable. It was going to happen. Has to happen. It happens to everyone. A change always happens. Death card indicates that this is going to move you on to better things. That change had to happen, and now you're charging on moving on to better things. You're going to better yourself. Now, this relationship, we're going to toxic. I don't see this as very toxic. Yes, you were engaging in a few toxic behaviours in the past. Well, not in the past, you're probably doing it now. You're fighting, you're taking everything out on each other. That is a little bit toxic, and you shouldn't really be doing that. So I reckon once you've maintained that communication and you've really worked hard for your issues, perhaps you seek help from a mediator, a counsellor, they can really help you understand that you need to change the way you are, and you can change, and this relationship can go back to how it used to be. I feel a lot's happened in your life, and a lot has made you unhappy. You're both a little bit unhappy with things that have happened to you, and there's a lot of hardship that I don't see this as necessarily majorly toxic. Yes, you have engaged in toxic behaviours, but it could get better. But ultimately, this is your decision. If you want this to continue, or if you don't, it's down to you. But these cards are telling me that it can improve if you maintain open and honest communication and you remain focused and determined. Okay, so that was pile 2. Okay, so now we're on to pile 3, and this is the Moon pile. I'm going to do a little shuffle. Get these nice and shuffled. So Spirit, please can you help me tune into pile 3? This is the Moon pile. Okay, as usual, I'm going to place my hands on top, and then I'm going to see which pile I'm drawn to. Okay, we're going to go to number 2. 1. Okay. So let's see if your relationship is toxic. Okay, we have the King of Pentacles, King of Wands, and the Lovers. Right, okay. I do not see this being toxic yet, okay? We never know when we get the clarifier cards. At the moment, these are very, very good indicators of a nice, healthy relationship. And let me tell you why. The King of Pentacles, it could mean that you've reached a new stage and you feel secure, comfortable, and you just feel very stable. And if you've got children with this person, they could be a very loving partner, very loving, family-orientated person. And if you haven't got children with this person, then this could indicate that it could be on the cards for you, and you will have a very happy family, okay? Because the King of Pentacles is a very attentive, loving person, and they're loyal and they're determined. They've remained focused. They know what they want and they want to get it, and they want to do everything right. okay? And they know how to be in life, okay? Possibly the only thing I'm getting here with the King of Pentacles is they can struggle to show their emotions a little bit. So you could be with someone who is a little bit closed off and perhaps a little bit reserved, but perhaps you're both reserved and you're both a little bit closed off in the, so you've both got that in common. But I don't see that necessarily as being an issue, because a lot of people are closed off and it's a little bit harder to get to know them and a little bit harder to realize what they really like inside. But I feel like you have realized what they're like and you love this person and you want to be with them. So now we'll move on to the King of Wands, and then we're going to tie all this together. Okay, so as mentioned, with the King of Pentacles, they know what they want and they want to get it, but they do struggle with emotion sometimes and they're a little bit closed off. Now with the King of Wands, he's not somebody who wants to have somebody who's very clingy. They don't want the clinginess, because he's a very closed off person. He doesn't want somebody in your face, you know what I mean? So if you're like, I love you, do you love me, blah, 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 hug me, give me a kiss, this and that, I think he's not going to want that, because he's a little bit more reserved, possibly a little bit more reserved than you. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Doesn't mean he doesn't love you, but he just doesn't express his emotions the way that you do. Or this could be the other way around. You're probably a bit reserved and he's a bit clingy with you. But I'm just saying the King of Wands isn't somebody who necessarily needs, they don't really want all that. They love you, they do love you, and they're very focused. They love their family and they want to provide for you and they want to do all the things for you and help you live a nice, happy life. But they don't want the clinginess, tell me you love me. Where are you going? What are you doing? Why are you doing that? They don't want that. Okay, they want to live with you, they want to live a happy life for you, but they still want a little bit of freedom, okay? So you need to accept that. And obviously the lovers, that's just a brilliant one, isn't it? I feel that you've both got a very intense bond, and the lovers it actually is a soulmate card, okay? Does indicate that you could be soulmates. You could have found the one, you could be having such happy times together and you love spending time with each other. Things are going very well in your relationship and you've overcome that he's a bit emotionally closed off. You know that he doesn't really like the clinginess, but you've accepted that and you love this person and you're going to accept him, like flaws and all. So it's not really a flaw to be like that. Not a lot of people like all that. So I do think that you just need to give him a little bit of freedom, or he needs to give you a bit of freedom in order for the relationship to continue going the way it is, because it's going really, really well at the moment. And the love is it also tells you that you could, if he has been a little bit, let's just say you've had a little bit of an argument or something because he's a bit emotionally closed off and you're like, you're not even telling me you love me or anything, or you have been a bit unintentionally, not clingy, but a little bit needy. He's probably sort of like, oh, just back off a little bit. Yes, I do love you, but I don't need you in my face. You see what I mean? So you could have had a little bit of an argument. And the lovers is saying that you could rekindle the spark that you once had. It could happen at any time because you're both very passionate people. You've got a very strong, intense bond. And you both do really love each other. But sometimes you need to give them a little bit of space. But the lovers is literally saying that you've got a very deep bond. You've got a very emotional and physical connection. And most people dream about that. People could be looking at your relationship like, God, I wish I had that relationship. And all relationships have a little bit of issues. Your issue is he's a little bit closed off or you're a little bit closed off. One of you doesn't like neediness. I'm not in front of you, so I can't ask you that. But I'm going on one of you. I'm just going to say him for now. He's a little bit closed off and you need to just give him a little bit of freedom sometimes. If he's coming out with his friends, I know it's very hard. You might be a very jealous person, and especially if you love him so much, you've got this really intense, deep connection here. And you're probably thinking, God, if he goes out, he's going to find that connection with somebody else. No, I don't think he will, because he really does want to focus on you. And I feel he does want a big, happy family with you. But you need to give him a little bit of space to do his own thing. Okay, so can we clarify the King of Pentacles, please, Spirit? Okay. Now we've got two, but I'm going to take the top one. That's the one I saw first. Now we've got the Three of Wands. Now this indicates that perhaps you could be going on a trip together. You could be going on a trip to maybe rekindle your romance a little bit, because I think you're very spontaneous. You're a very spontaneous couple. And I feel that you just randomly start to do these things. Like he'll say, let's go away. And you're like, well, okay, when? He'll be like, well, tomorrow. Okay, so you're very spontaneous people. You want to experience a new destination together. Perhaps you you're the kind of couple that want to do everything, you know? You're very, very passionate. You're both very passionate. You know he's a little bit closed off. And you have to, if you've had an argument, you probably want to rekindle your relationship, you know? You want to do something that's going to make you feel happy again. And I feel you're both going to travel somewhere very soon, and you're both going to, I know you're together, but you're going to sort of embark on a little holiday romance. So I know you're together anyway, but it's like, it's exciting, isn't it? Oh, look where we are. And it's all romantic, isn't it? It's going to be really, really good for you. And you're going to really enjoy that. And it's a very happy card. You will possibly be traveling soon. It doesn't mean abroad. It could mean uptown, up the country or something. You're just going to do something different together. And you're going to have a lot of fun. Okay, so let's get another one. Can you clarify the King of Wands, please? Ah, see what I mean? Nine of Cups. That is the wishes coming true. Everything you want, you're getting. You're getting this lovely relationship. You're getting it, and you're both feeling very happy, very positive. You're overcoming certain issues. There are a little bit of issues, but you're easily overcoming them because I think you're very open and honest with each other as well. He tells you, he's very strong-willed. He'll tell you when you're annoying him, or you'll tell him when he's annoying you. You're very straightforward. There's no mucking about. You don't hold it in. You just say how you feel. Okay? Card also represents celebrations, it could represent engagements. So you could end up going on this holiday and perhaps you could be proposed to. You never know. And he's very spontaneous. So I reckon this person could propose to you just like that. Now, if you're already engaged, he could say to you, I want to start a family. I want to do this. I want to do that. I feel like there's a lot of passion between you two and you really want to make this relationship work. This indicates there are some secrets that could possibly be revealed. And I just think the secret, it's not really a secret. It literally just says that he's a little bit closed off and you know that anyway. And you know he needs his space sometimes. And you could probably need space sometimes. So yes, this is going very, very well. The only issue is sometimes you both need some space, but that's totally okay. Everybody needs space, don't they? We can't always be in each other's faces and there straight, 24/7. Okay, so let's get another one. Spirit, can you clarify the Lovers, please? Can we clarify the Lovers card? Okay. Ace of Cups. And this indicates quite a lot of things, actually. This indicates that you are finally over some issue. If you first got together and everything was grand at the beginning, and then suddenly they started becoming a little bit closed off and a little bit, needed their me time, and you thought they were, detaching from you, and you thought they don't like me as much as I thought they did. I feel like you've now done that open and honest communication, and you're now really, really into each other, and there's no secrets between you guys. I mean, as we said here, the only secret is they're a bit closed off, really. It's not really a secret because and sometimes they need their space, and you probably need your space too. This indicates celebrations. It can indicate pregnancy, fertility. It can indicate anything like that, engagements. You could be getting engaged very, very soon. And it's about accepting the past mistakes that you guys have made. And I don't feel like there's much that's been made here. I feel you're a very passionate, very deep couple. And I feel that you can go on to have a very happy life together. Now, from the basis of our question, is your relationship toxic? I really don't think, no, absolutely not. I think this is a very healthy relationship because you're acknowledging all your issues, you're speaking about it, you're communicating. You're not just leaving it until it ends up getting worse and you're fighting daily and everything else. You're very honest with each other. You know what you want and you want to get it. You're very spontaneous, very passionate. You can expect an engagement or pregnancy. It might not happen now, but it can happen in the future. So I feel like you two are going to have a very nice, long, happy life together. So there we go. That's a very good one. So there you go. We've done all 3 piles. I really, really hope something resonated with you there. I hope I'm on the right track. Can you please remember to subscribe, as it really does help my channel. And I get so excited when I see another subscriber and it really spurs me on to do more videos for you. So please, please, please hit that subscribe button. I'll be very, very grateful. And if any of this resonated with you and if I helped you in some way, please remember to comment below. Let me know which file you picked and let me know if anything I said did resonate with you. And also, before I go, I'm going to say to every one of my videos now, tarot is not definitive, okay? It's about guidance. We are guiding you because lately I've been watching some people's videos and I had a few comments on one of mine as well. And it's, yeah, some people just don't get it. And they think it's terrible and it's pathetic and it's this and that. And it's not. We're not here to scam you. I'm not scamming you. I'm literally giving you advice, okay? I'm trying to help you. And hopefully you take that advice, you take what resonates, and hopefully something clicks in your brain. Oh, yeah, maybe that does sound like my life. Maybe that side of my life does need to change. That's what I want you to get from these videos. I don't want you to go away from these videos and think, I've got to change my entire life. She told me that I've got to do this, I've got to do that, that's why we're going to do it. No, because I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just saying that possibly that is what's needed to happen. I'm not saying go out and do it. I'm saying take a step back and reflect, okay? It's all about reflection and guidance. Anyway, now we got that in. I really, really hope you enjoy this video and I will see you on my next one.